Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. On a slightly earlier timeline, we have Sri Ram Seshadri and we're going to be talking about the impact of Kashi Ayodhya economic corridor that is going to get formed once Ram Mandir becomes a reality and people start visiting in droves. And this is going to be a huge game changer. UP is, as we all know, the largest populated state in India, and this is going to be a huge boon for all the people who are living in the state of Uttar Pradesh. But beyond that, we are looking at some numbers, and that's what Sriram Seshadri is very good at. We've been looking at his image as a political analyst and a political watcher. Today he's going to put his finance hat and give us a certain idea about what kind of a impact and a force multiplier something like this can be. So let's welcome Sriram Seshadri. But before that, please like this video, and if you have not subscribed to our channel, do consider subscribing. Thank you, and let's welcome now Sriram Seshadri. Sriramji, namaskar, welcome. Hello, how are you, sir?
Namaskaram, sir. I'm very good. And whenever you talk about Ayodhya, I get a goosebumps, right? So one cannot escape that. It is an emotional moment. And, just 3 days before the Prana Pratishthan, we are talking about economic impact of what it means. Forget about one is emotional. We always feel about it. And what the Prime Minister is doing on, creating this as a more than Prime Minister, I would say RSS, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, are creating this as a national movement, right? Nobody thought about that Ayodhya would create such a national integration. Why I'm saying that is, when you look at several videos and messages on Twitter, when a person is given the invitation that 140 crore people are being mobilized for this day, and common men, women, children, everybody is given this invitation. And I saw, since I'm in a different time zone, and then due to jet lag, I get more time to watch some of these videos. A kid goes and gives an invitation to a household and explaining what this Ram Mandir is about. You literally have tears in your eyes, right? And, this has become a cultural, civilizational, emotional movement rather than just one temple, one yet another temple that is going to come up. And what it means to the country. Imagine, Sree Iyerji, until 2019, the average footfall for, to Ayodhya used to be somewhere around 2 lakh people, right? 200,000 people average annual footfall to Ayodhya. And in 2000, after this COVID is complete and when the construction is happening, the average footfall has risen to somewhere around 2.5 crores. So I'm talking about more than 100% increase. Even before the construction is complete, Pran Pratishthan has happened, before even the temple is consecrated. Just the attraction of people coming to, out of emotion, people coming to Ayodhya just to see what is happening. Until the 2019 verdict, nobody is certain that there's going to be a temple for Ram Lalla that is going to come up in Ayodhya. And between just 1-2 years immediately after COVID, the average footfall has increased to somewhere around 100%. And from January 22nd, BJP alone is committing somewhere around 3.5 crore people will be brought in to Ayodhya as a visit across the nation that they are going to sponsor, which means they are not going to sponsor upper middle class rich people. They are going to sponsor some of the poor middle class and those who cannot afford to travel. They are going to actually help them come and visit. Okay. And, there is always other settlements that have happened. We saw that, one of the celebrity, Amitabh Bachchan buying the property at a 16,000 rupees per square feet. What are we talking about? It's a Bangalore, Chennai, metropolitan cities rate is what kicking up in real estates in Ayodhya. And I'm just going to compare Kashi and Ayodhya. There's about 250 kilometers corridor, and then when you include Mathura sometime later, or even you say the Prayagraj, which is in everything is in the vicinity of about 250 kilometers range, you are creating a huge economic, I would say, religious economic corridor, right? And this is where intentionally or unintentionally, right? This was not the main intention of Modi, or this was not the main intention of Yogi Adityanath to create this temples, but it is a revival of the civilization. But at the same time, the revival of the civilization, what it has caused is created a huge contribution into the state GDP. And by the time the temple is complete and steady state starts running, Uttar Pradesh is going to become the, today it's, I think, the 5th largest economy within the country. Maharashtra, Karnataka, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and Uttar Pradesh, they're going to surpass Tamil Nadu very quickly on GDP terms. Already GDP terms, they are GSDP terms, they are surpassed Tamil Nadu, but on taxation, tax collection wise, they are not surpassed, Tamil Nadu. But they are going to surpass Tamil Nadu on both the tax, GST, and other tax collections too, GSDP wise. So they are going to become the 4th largest state within the country. And quickly they'll overtake Karnataka also to become the 3rd largest state in another 2 to 3 years' time. So imagine the economic change that it is going to give. To that extent, there are a lot of moderate Muslim communities started talking about, let's give up on Mathura. Let's not go through the court battle. Let us accept that, Mathura, belongs to, the Hindu community. Let us give it up and have an amicable solution. Then what happens? The entire corridor now expands to Kashi, Mathura, Ayodhya, Ram, Krishna, and Shiva, the triangular version, and you have your Prayagraj, where people go and offer, last rites to their, Pitrus, right? Last rites to their ancestors. When these all become, it's going to contribute somewhere around 10 to 12% of GSDP of Uttar Pradesh. Imagine just one small corridor, Sree Iyerji, one small corridor of 250 kilometers range, is going to contribute about 10 to 12% of a state's GSDP. What are we talking about? Imagine if we can create a religious tourism as a concept across India. And forget about, whether it is we are a secular nation, non-secular nation. Create a religious tourism for so many people. And I'm sure that, with the advent of international airport in Ayodhya, there are going to be people who are going to visit from abroad. Everybody who comes to India who used to go to Taj Mahal as their, checklist to visit are going to now include Ayodhya, Kashi, Mathura as their checklist, right? And the infrastructure development to such an extent that, they are concentrating, creating such an extent. It's a mind-boggling numbers that are going to come about. I am talking about, 10 to 12% of GSDP. We are talking about somewhere around thousands of crores, right? Thousands of crores of more than about 10,000 crores or, revenue that a state is going to get just by building this, constructing this temple, creating this emotional moment. And what is at what cost? Not a major one, because it is 550 years of legal battle, no doubt about it. And our Muslim community has reconciled to the fact that this is not a bad idea to construct this. So it's just not an economic movement. It is also creating a peace of mind, and it is also creating a real secular nature, because even the minority community sees that they have a development opportunity, their economic development opportunity. So when it comes to an emotion versus the economic development, and because no worship has been happening, and their religious texts tell them that if any other religious places demolished and mosque is constructed, that is not considered to be their religious place. So it is more becoming a leftist rhetorics which created this restlessness amongst Hindu and Muslim community in Uttar Pradesh. And one big failure or one big success of this Ayodhya is the communists are pushed to the corner. They no longer have any say in this country, and that is good for the country too. So when I'm talking about this economic corridor development, Ayodhya, Kashi, Prayagraj, and Mathura are going to play about 1/6 of your GSDP collections for Uttar Pradesh. Of course, it's going to take about 2 to 3 years time to reach that, but there are already projections that are coming up. As I told you, before the temple is being constructed, there's 100 times increase in the footfall, and now from the baseline of 2022, if you take 2024-25, you are going to see another at least 50 to 60 times footfall. 50 to 60 times footfall, that is what the country, the state is preparing for. Minimum 50 to 60 times footfall. Imagine the construction activities, infrastructure development activities in and around Ayodhya. So the moment there is a public spend for infrastructure, the economic activity is about 7 to 8 times of the investment that happens. And the private investments, if you look at it in around Ayodhya, all the religious mutts have now set up their mutts in Ayodhya. All the the hospitality industry is gearing it up because they see a huge opportunity of religious tourism. So from Airbnb type of and affordable accommodation to a 5-star level accommodations are coming up. So imagine it's going to become another economic capital for India. Of course, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore are on a different league. But when it comes to Uttar Pradesh, it is going to be more of a religious economic capital. They are going to lead the way. All along, Uttarakhand used to do this, Sree Iyerji, when people do the Chardham Yatra to Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Yamunotri, the Chota Chardham Yatra, when people are going to use that. That used to be the religious economic corridor. But now all of a sudden, Uttar Pradesh with this Ayodhya and Kashi, overtaken that in I would say 100 times the effect of it. And nobody imagined this. Nobody even actually calculated this. Nobody had this as a intention. But the moment there is a commitment from the government, moment there is a commitment from the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust to construct this in a fast manner, many political rhetorics will come about that, Modi wanted to do it before 2024. He wanted to get an electoral, advantage of it. So be it, because, they all worked hard for it. As a party, they worked hard for this particular, event. That is one of their manifesto items starting 1989 or when BJP was started, and even Janasangh was in the Jansangh days onwards. Main 3 criteria they had is Uniform Civil Code, abrogation of Article 370, and Ayodhya Ram Mandir. They achieved 2. Imagine the economic development that is happening in Kashmir. It's mind-boggling. Private investments and public investments are coming up. So every action of some of these the minority appeasing political parties were avoiding for 70 years, when Modi does it, it's just not becoming an emotional moment, Sree Iyerji, but it is also becoming a huge economic development initiatives. If the amount of economic activity that is going to be contributed by this just 250 kilometers to a 1/6 of a GSDP contribution to Uttar Pradesh. Imagine how much it is going to do it for India too. Nobody is going to come to India as religious tourism. Nobody is going to come to India just to visit Ayodhya and Kashi. They are going to then now spend so many other details, so many other places. They are going to visit other places too. So the interest that it gets generated, Vatican City gets their revenue about $250 million on religious tourism. 250 to $300 million on a religious tourism, and this 250-kilometer corridor is going to outperform them in a year's time. So that is the level of the economic I'm saying development that it is going to happen. And when Mathura joins, it's going to multiply furthermore, because the Krishna consciousness across the world that is happening, Bhagavad Gita consciousness across the world that is happening, is going to bring much more footfall to Uttar Pradesh. And Uttar Pradesh is going to become a religious tourism center, and even surpassing the Vatican, surpassing Tirupati. I think Tirupati is not a comparison, but Vatican is a big comparison, because there is all over the world people are going to Vatican City for religious tourism and religious purposes. So Uttar Pradesh, just one state and 250-300 kilometer corridor is going to surpass that one city, which is one of the largest religious community that actually gets a religious tourism revenue, and Uttar Pradesh is going to surpass. And imagine, Sree Iyer ji, if this example can be extrapolated to Tamil Nadu, extrapolated to Andhra and various other places, and our GDP itself, religious tourism GDP itself, will be in the 5 to 10% range if that happens. So I think that is the vision, that that is the revelation that this Ayodhya corridor, Kashi corridor is bringing to our notice. I'll pause here. I think this is much more activities are going to happen in the next 2 years to come.
Sriramji, while we are on the topic of Ram Mandir, Prime Minister Modi today visited Srirangam, and there is a big important cultural significance to that, and maybe you can touch upon that. And I will also add on that I think he's going to go to a place in Andhra called Lekapshi. And what is Lekapshi and what is its significance? You can touch upon it also, sir. I have some more things that I can add also. So let's go to Srirangam, this visit of Prime Minister Modi.
So Modi is doing this in a very calculated way, Sree Iyer ji, right? How he is bringing everybody together. That's what I was talking about, and RSS, VHP working towards it. 22nd, okay. I think he is giving, heartburns to the opposition parties, Communist and Congress and the Dravidian ecosystem with all his actions. Number one, he gave a 22nd half-a-day government holidays. Released a stamp or book of stamps for this. These are all some of the actions that he has taken, but going to places, right? I think I also believe that he's going to Rameshwaram, if I'm not wrong, before the consecration happens, before Pran Pratishthan happens. He's touching every area. So he touched Panchavati first. He started his preparation for this, Pran Pratishthan event 11 days before at Panchavati. That is where Ram went on an exile, spent most of his time in exile in Panchavati. That is where he started that. Going to Srirangam. Srirangam is very important because in our, what do you call, religious texts that what we read, the Ishwagu Vamsam, that where Ram belongs to, the Suryavanshi, right? He is called Suryavanshi. So they have a lot Mahavishnu. They were actually worshipping Mahavishnu in Ayodhya after defeating Ravana, and then when Lord Ram was became the king, Vibhishana came to Ayodhya to attend that function, and Vibhishana wanted in a souvenir, or Vibhishana wanted the family deity to be given to him. So Vibhishana carried that time Mahavishnu in his hand, and then he was traveling back to Sri Lanka, and that is when he placed one of the conditions that it was given to him is, if he places this deity in any area, then he cannot carry it back. The deity will remain in that place. So when he was crossing this Kaveri river, that time he had to do his evening Sandhya Vandan, and that point in time he was looking for someone to carry it, and then that is where Lord Vinayaga played a role in that. You have Malaikottai Vinayagar for this. There is a very traditional, if you go to Trichy, you'll find a Malaikottai Vinayagar temple. So Vinayaga appeared as a small boy, and then took this deity from Vibhishana when he was doing his Sandhya Vandan in the evening, and he placed it in between the Kolidam and Kaveri river, and hence Lord Ranganatha, that is when he was called Lord Ranganatha. Until time he was Mahavishnu. Lord Ranganatha temple in Srirangam got established, and Lord Ranganatha gave a promise to Vibhishan that everywhere, if you go to any temple, you will find the Lord facing the east always. If you actually look at any temple, if people go to Srirangam and observe, Ranganatha will be facing the south, facing Sri Lanka, because that is what he gives. He actually gives a promise. So I often, I don't remember, when we come to our Tamil program, I will even recite the Pasuram that Nammalvar wrote on this particular event, because I need to translate that in English, so I'm not able to do that now. But Ranganatha faces Sri Lanka, and his leg is towards the east. This is totally, it is not a traditional way any sanctum sanctorium is constructed in a way. So always the Lord will be facing, the deity will be facing the east side in most of the temples. When you go to, especially the Agama temples, the Lord will be facing the east side, but in this, the southern side he is facing. So Modi is visiting that place because, he is just visiting and then taking the permission from Lord Ranganatha for establishing the residence of Lord Rama. I think that is the significance of it. So Modi is doing everything as a plan that he is going to, he went to Guruvayur on a function, but at the same time, he went and took, permission from Lord Krishna. And he is going to, Srirangam to take the permission. And he is going to Rameshwaram. Rameshwaram is the place where Lord Rama performed his last rites. Second time he performed all the last rites for Dasharatha, his father. Even now, when people go to, Rameshwaram, they do perform this last rites in Rameshwaram. There is a place called Tirupulani. If one remembers, please do search a place called Tirupulani near Rameshwaram. It's not exactly Rameshwaram. It is just a few kilometers away from Rameshwaram. Before Rameshwaram is what called Tirupulani. Tirupulani is a place where Lord Ram was camping. And while he was camping there, Vibhishana came and joined. And Samudra Raj came to him and then said, please don't hurt me with your, arrows. I will allow you to pass through the Samudram to Sri Lanka. That is when this Setu Samudram was constructed. So huge amount of religious importance it has. And that is where he's going to Rameshwaram to going. And on his return, Lord Ram comes to Rameshwaram, establishes the lingam, because he gets a Brahmahati dosham for killing a Brahmin. And he gets a Brahmahati dosham to relieve himself of it. He establishes the temple, performs puja in Rameshwaram. So the Saivite, Vaishnavite, divide that we see today were not there in those days, Sree Iyerji. So this is what, we all need to learn our history. We all need to learn our, ancestral, characteristics. And that is what, Modi is doing. By doing all these actions, what Modi is doing is he's actually uniting the entire country, uniting the people. And the impact of Lord Ram and then this Ayodhya is going to have in Tamil Nadu in electoral politics. Sorry, I cannot miss any action without an electoral or without a political angle to it. It's going to be mind-boggling. That is where the DMK and ADMK are getting, literally, they are getting the jitters. So a lot of people may troll me by saying that. I do have some numbers where BJP in Tamil Nadu is going to surpass 20% vote share. Even without any major alliances, with alliances, they are going to surpass ADMK in the elections to come in 2024. I only hope that it happens, it comes to reality, but the numbers, the samples that we are collecting shows that, there is a huge amount of emotional attachment towards Lord Ram. All along, the Dravidian ecosystem has been saying that this is Periyarman, this is not a, religious place, but Tamil Nadu is showing that we are not atheist. We are all theist. We believe in Lord Ram. We believe in our Hindu Dharma. We believe in Sanatana Dharma. That change is going to shock both the Dravidian ecosystem of the parties, which is DMK and ADMK. Sorry, any talk of religion, any talk of economics without mixing politics, cannot happen in my opinion. So sorry if I'm digressed to politics also. Lepak, another important, historic place where it has an association to, Lord Ram. Actually, another place we need to talk about near Kallakurichi, Sree Iyer Ji, where Modi is not visiting, that is what is called Dandakaranyam. After Sita, Mother Sita was asked to leave, and then she was leaving in a Valmiki ashram. That is where Tamil Nadu, it's somewhere near Kallakurichi is where this is located. And BJP's Aswathaman, who is cleaning up this temple as we speak, on 22nd going to perform as a puja for, Mata Sita in that place. So huge amount of religious impact, national unity, Bharatiya unity is happening with this just one small, consecration, Pran Pratishthan. The 140 crore people are coming together. I'm not discounting the minorities. I'm not discounting the non-believers here, because they are also taking part in one way or the other, is my belief. I'll pause here, Sree Iyer Ji. You can talk about
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. As far as Lekapshi is concerned, we all know that Jatayu tried to prevent Ravana from taking Sita to Sri Lanka. And he is taking her in his Pushpaka Viman. And it is believed that Ravana, he cut off the wings of Jatayu.
Yeah.
And Jatayu fell. The place where he fell, that place, Rama visits afterwards. And the Jatayu is not dead yet. He's bleeding. And he lives to tell what happened. So at that time, he's supposed to have said, Le Pakshi. In Telugu, it means get up bird. And Pakshi, is a Sanskrit word. So that we know. Le is a get up, please get up. So that is the significance of Le Pakshi. And I heard that Prime Minister Modi is going to go there also. I'm sorry, my throat is not giving, it's not helping me today. It's just I'm still waiting to recover from this. But so this is the significance of Lekapshi. And there are so many places like this. And for someone to say that this is all mythology, that to a government goes in front of Supreme Court and lies through its teeth. I mean, this is the kind of politics that UPA is to engage in. I mean, people have to sit back and relax and remember this is all the things they have tried to do. Hey, this is despicable. You play with people's religious emotion. Sir, my opinion is elections are lost or won based on emotions.
Yes.
So expect a surprise in Tamil Nadu. That's what I would say. And let's move on to politics, sir. This is because we are about 29 minutes into this, and we still have a couple of topics to discuss.
Sure.
This Bharat Nyay Yatra, then it becomes it starts from Nyay Yatra, then it becomes Bharat Nyay Yatra, then it becomes
Joda,
Bharat Jodo Nyay. Come on, wake up your mind, Jairam Ramesh. What is your MIT degree useful for? You can't even think through this. I mean, I see, Sriramji, we have been saying this how many times, that a good democracy needs a good opposition party. And these guys are just self-goaling every day, day in and day out. So sir, talk to us a little bit about, this is not even creating ripples, forget about a wave.
Yeah.
And then Rahul Gandhi takes a stand saying that I will never go to Ayodhya. What are you smoking, dude? Sir, over to you.
Definitely, Sree Iyerji and PGurus viewers. Rahul Gandhi did a Bharat Jodo Yatra, right? Fair enough. One success he got in that Bharat Jodo Yatra, when, or rather, he can claim that, Congress can claim that he visited Karnataka during the election times, and then they won Karnataka hands down, but failed to realize that, he actually went to Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan too. And, they were just decimated in Madhya Pradesh, decimated in, I would say at least defeated in Rajasthan, decimated in Chhattisgarh. And now Congress is calling this Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra. Why? Because they are starting it from Manipur. In Manipur, they want to talk about, the Nyay for, justice for people who got, impacted by the riots there. He goes to Nagaland, and Nagaland, he just puts up a video saying, look at these roads, which is an NH, and then, I talk about, in fact, I even tweeted about it, saying that, Rahul Gandhi, before even talking about any of these roads or any of this development of Northeast, he should compare it before 2014, what 70 years, what the hell Congress was doing in these Northeastern states. You cannot just take one sample and then say, oh, here is what the no development is. One has to see the entire bloody Northeastern, sorry to use this word, Northeastern states, to see how they were ignored, until 2014. Even the 5 years of Vajpayee government couldn't do much, but rest of the period, 65 years nearly, Congress was ruling one way or the other in alliance with the other, state parties. And no development happened. And then he just goes to one road and then say, this is the NH some number in Nagaland, and this is how, the development is happening and all, without least realizing what the hell you guys were doing for last 65 years when you were, ruling the country. So he goes from Manipur to, the east to west yatra in about 60 days time, crossing over several states. And what is he doing? He is going to each state where there is a minority population, thickly populated area. He is avoiding consciously the majority population areas. He goes to Assam, and then where there is a minority population. And he goes to Uttar Pradesh and not touching Ayodhya. And what he is doing is actually shooting his foot on his own. The reason I'm saying that is, with all responsibility, I'm saying that, Congress wants to just appease the Muslims, minority, because only one goal that Congress has is, they want their crown prince Rahul Gandhi to win one seat in Wayanad. Because the Muslim League has very clearly said that if Congress attends the Ayodhya consecration or Pran Pratishthan ceremony, then they will defeat Rahul Gandhi in Wayanad. They will not support Rahul Gandhi in Wayanad. And that for one seat, they are willing to give up 25, 30, 50, whatever seats in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and other places put together. So, to that level, Congress has lost its sanity, in my opinion, Sree Iyerji. And what is happening? Madhya Pradesh Congress chief says that, I don't give a damn about what my party decides. I am a Ram Bhakt, I am going to go. Yesterday, D.K. Shivakumar, Deputy Prime Minister of Karnataka, says that I am a Ram Bhakt. I will go, if not as a Deputy Chief Minister, I am going as an individual D.K. Shivakumar to Ayodhya to pray with Ram Lord. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister says that I don't give a damn about my party's decision. I am going to go to the Pran Pratishthan ceremony of Ayodhya. So the next strong leaders are realizing very clearly that if they do not associate to the ground reality, their political future is, bleak. So that is why the next strong leaders, they don't actually give any, respect to the Congress decision. But we are not surprised, right? Sonia Gandhi making a decision that, avoiding Ram Mandir consecration is not new. We knew from Jawaharlal Nehru days when 1949, when Ram Lalla idol was placed in Babri Masjid. And who placed that? I think, if I'm not wrong, it's Yogi Adityanath's, predecessor, the Gorakhmat, Sannyasi, Gorakhmat, Pitadhipati. He actually went and placed the idol in Babri Masjid. And Mr. Nair, who was a magistrate, defied all orders from then Chief Minister and then Prime Minister Nehru.
Govind Vallabh Pant.
Sorry?
Govind Vallabh Pant.
Govind Vallabh Pant was the Chief Minister, and Nehru denied all the orders. He said, he even wrote that, in his report, saying that I cannot find one Hindu Pandit who will come and remove this idol. Actually, that has become one of the important talking points in the Supreme Court case when, Sri Parasaran argued, saying that no Hindu Pandit would be willing to take out the idol from that place. So that is, Congress's sentiments. They always associate themselves with the minorities. But imagine, today, Udhayanidhi Stalin is talking about, we'll even come to that later on, our Congress is talking about demolishing a mosque, we cannot allow it, and then a temple constructed on it. They have been a predecessor for the Sree Iyer ji. In Somnath, when after independence, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel demolished the mosque which was there in the where Somnath temple supposed to be there. Then they built Somnath temple. That time government funded that Somnath temple construction, and they formed a trust and then funded. And the President of India went for the consecration ceremony that point in time against the wishes of Nehru. So we are not very, very surprised when the Gandhi Parivar says that they will not associate with the Ayodhya. So the Bharat Joda Nyay Yatra, at most what Rahul Gandhi is trying to do is he is trying to alienate himself from the majority. He is making all his efforts to alienate from majority and then show that they are the minority appeasement party. They are the minority, protectors. Even to that extent, the minorities are starting to realize that, BJP is a far more safer political bet than going with Congress. Okay, that is what, Jairam Ramesh and Rahul Gandhi is doing. The Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra is going to alienate themselves. So, Sree Iyer, I have been telling in your channel, 2024 BJP will get 331, because I have my state-wise calculations for 331 based on past data. But you said very clearly elections are fought on emotions, and this Ayodhya emotion is probably going to move this 331 to, at this point in time, very conservatively, I am putting at 351. 20 seats I just increased. I'm not counted Tamil Nadu yet. I'm talking about only BJP, not NDA. I've not counted Tamil Nadu yet. I'm still keeping some buffer in the Tamil Nadu. But 350, what I'm actually doing is, Mayawati said that she's going to contest alone. So she's going to create a 3-corner contest. So I won't be surprised if BJP, in fact, wipes the entire electoral possibilities of Samajwadi Party Congress combined, India Alliance, and then become 80 out of 80. I'm just saying this with utmost responsibility, Sree Iyer ji. If not 80 out of 80, at least 78 out of 80. So I have put that as 70 earlier, 69, 70, then moving to about 78 with this Ayodhya issue. Bihar, it's going to, increase their tally by another 10 or so. Odisha, they are going to increase the tally by 5 or so. Maharashtra, with the amount of rhetorics that the Samna, what is his name? I forgot his name suddenly.
Raut,
Sanjay Raut. He is saying about Ram Mandir. I'm sure Bal Thackeray's will be turning himself in the grave by listening to what Shiv Sena, the erstwhile Shiv Sena, is talking about Ram Mandir. Balasaheb Bal Thackeray was one of the important person to be remembered on 22nd. He created the 𝗏𝘅 who went to Ayodhya in 1992, if I'm not wrong. I think the year is 1992, right? So all these are going to change the electoral system into conservative numbers. I am putting at 351. We'll come to Tamil Nadu later on. But Rahul Gandhi, thanks to Rahul Gandhi, thanks to Jairam Ramesh, who's supposed to be a think tank, losing there, and they are going to go below 2014. They were about 44 in 2014, and they are going to go below what their main aim of India Alliance itself, to get at least 54 and above to be the recognized opposition party. And I wouldn't be surprised if Congress goes below 30. That is where Rahul Gandhi is taking this party to.
Sir, I foresee a couple of things, Sriramji. After 2024, BJP will definitely make sure that some of these National Herald cases will come home to roost. And the Gandhi family, they are going to jail. There's no doubt about it. Once that happens, that will be a seminal moment in the politics of Congress, because the rest of the Congress party rank and file will distance themselves from the family. And forcers like, Kamalnath is too old probably, but, people like D.K. Shivkumar and others, it doesn't matter how corrupt they are. We need a phase first that organization needs to survive. And after that only it can thrive. So this is going to probably be the moment at which point they will say enough of this family thing. Because I think they still think that only family can fund the elections.
Right.
This is the real reason, nothing else. Nobody has any love lost to the Gandhi family. I mean, Sonia Gandhi used to treat Prime Minister Manmohan Singh like her doormat. I'm making a statement. You can go and see the videos. It may not be like he's lying down and she's walking over him. The way she behaved in some of the meetings, you can see the videos. I mean, the extra constitutional authority. How can we take the 10 years of decisions that they made even seriously? So the complete subversion of democratic processes is what Congress did. Anyway, so these are all things that people will understand over a period of time. Sir, Udhayanidhi Stalin, that's the last topic that we're going to discuss today. We have a few questions also, so we'll kind of run through it quickly. Udhayanidhi Stalin could have easily said, I'm a Christian, so I'm not going to Ayodhya. Very simple. People would have understood it. They would have respected him, that, hey, listen, this guy has converted to Christianity because his wife is a Christian. So this guy says, yeah, I'm also a Christian now. And they have even shown him, doing all that function to become a Christian, blah, blah, blah. Simple. You don't have to alienate the Hindus. Whereas he goes back and talks about some nonsense. This guy is proving every day why he is the Pappu of Tamil Nadu, according to me. Over to you, sir.
Sir, Udhayanidhi could have said at least another statement. If not, he wants to openly admit his religious association. He could have said, I am a non-believer, right? But what he said is, DMK is not against Ram temple, but we are against the Ram temple being constructed on a demolished mosque. So with this statement, he thinks that he is smart enough to say that, hey, look, I'm not against Ram because I also believe in Ram. But he wanted to say that, I'm appeasing my minority voters because, it is constructed on top of a demolished mosque. And that's what he's trying to establish. But the Hindu voters are waking up a lot. In fact, he made the statement in the same interview when, one of the interviewer asked him, saying that, what is he seeing on the ground? He says, we don't see ADMK on the ground. We find BJP much more bigger opponent for us on the ground. If DMK is reconciled to that statement, or if he is making that statement, thanks to 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Thanks to 𝗏𝗏𝗏 that, and Annamalai, that, this statement that Udhayanidhi is saying that because they realize, in reality, in Tamil Nadu, BJP is becoming a force to reckon. So I talked about it, they'll cross 20% mark, right? The reason I'm saying that is there are about 12 I was only limiting to 8 constituencies that they are going to be making a big impact. Now increasing that to 12 constituencies. I'm adding Virudhunagar into that. I'm adding South Chennai into that. I'm adding some of the Delta regions, Ramanathapuram into that. Otherwise, Ramanathapuram, I was discounting, saying that, BJP will not have a big mark. So I'm only serious about it, saying that does BJP have candidates that can, turn this election into their advantage? That is the only place that I have a bit of concern, because they need to announce their candidature today. Say maybe after the consecration ceremony on 22nd, BJP will announce that their broken ties with the ADMK officially, and then say that what is their alliance principle is going to be, and then Annamalai announcing who are going to be the candidates. Already they said that they have created a committee which is going to work on several constituencies. They have done all those. But I'm saying that, out of 39 constituencies, 12 constituencies, they are becoming much, much, much stronger. To that extent that, the victory margin for DMK, if they stay together with Congress, is going to be much more shorter. In Kanyakumari district, they may cross 35 to 40%. They may cross 35% vote share on their own, may touch upon 40% if they get a right candidate other than Pon Radhakrishnan. And Tenkasi, even without giving it to Pudhiya Tamazhagam, Dr. Krishnaswamy, they are going to win, in my opinion. Tenkasi is becoming a victory seat for them. Nilgiris, Murugan is concentrating against A. Raja. In fact, he actually contests against A. Raja. Murugan has a bright chance to even win in Nilgiris, because Murugan, current MO is Murugan is doing a lot more work and campaign in Nilgiris, and people are showing positive signs in Nilgiris. In fact, 1 year back, I and my good friend 𝗤𝙑 Sriram did a dipstick on when A. Raja said, all Hindus are bastards, right? He used this word in Tamil. Of course, he said it in Tamil.
Of course, they'll do all these rhetorics and only in Tamil, hoping that the mainstream media won't pick it up. But we are sharp. We can. Go ahead, sir.
So when A. Raja said that, we did a dipstick in Nilgiris and then found that there was an 18% favorable vote share for BJP without ADMK. I'm talking about without ADMK, just pure BJP. And converting this 18 to 30% is much more easier. Because there is an anti-incumbency for DMK, and ADMK distancing themselves, like Rahul Gandhi, they are distancing themselves from the ground reality and majority voter base and appeasing the minorities. With all these put together, BJP is going to surpass 20% vote share in Tamil Nadu. With its allies, it may even touch about 27-28% vote share. And if right set of candidates come, they're going to become a force to reckon. Imagine a 3-corner contest, Sree Iyer ji, 28 to 30% vote share means 1/3 seats.
Sriram ji, I'll also go on to add one more thing. This statement of Udhayanidhi shows nervousness if Congress is going to ditch DMK from the India alliance. If Congress says these guys don't belong and we are bringing an equivalent in ADMK, and if ADMK says, okay, we will let you contest in 20 seats, then DMK is done.
Yeah.
In an eyelid, they won't even bat an eyelid. The Muslims will vote with Congress, and ADMK will have a certain amount of reason for existence. Yes. But this thing is flip-flopping, between DMK and ADMK. All national parties do it routinely, including BJP. We know that.
Yes.
So if that were to happen, that would actually make BJP's chances even better.
Absolutely, you're right.
So wait and watch, guys. Tamil Nadu politics are in for a surprise, in my opinion. And I think Congress, these are electoral math. They know they have messed it up. They know they have messed it up, and somewhere somebody is going to say, listen, this is a very simple switch, kick out DMK. That way, at least in the north, they would look like they are atoning for their sins for having supported that Sanatana Dharma has to be eradicated like dengue. This is going to haunt you for the rest of your life, Udhayanidhi. I'm telling you, this is going to haunt you for the rest of your life. You are going to be also atoning for your sins of your grandfather and your father. I'm also telling you today. Because there is so much that you have done to further your cause and your family's cause. You guys are just hypocrites of the highest order. Anyway, we'll wait and see how that plays out. So this is my reading, sir. I'm no psychologist, but emotion. I have completely decided that this emotion is a very important thing that people are discounting, and that this is, people are going to remember that 16 crore packets were distributed among the people of India. That's 1 in 8. 1 in 8. But see, remember that if you're thinking of 140 crore population, there are probably 40 crore families. I'm just giving you, back of the envelope calculation. So 1 in 2 families has got the akshata of the Ayodhya Ram temple. It also has there is a timetable that they are showing what time, what's going to happen on the 22nd of January, and this is a very big moment. These things will stay with you. People are going to keep this thing in your puja, alongside your idols. Guys, we know how Hindus think. Viewers, also, I have to tell you this. You drive around deep south, right? Every house in the fence, you will have a small Vinayaka. Every house. It is such a common sight. People don't even think about it. I mean, doesn't matter that they were voting for DMK or ADMK. It was because of lack of choice. When you have a choice, we have a leader, this is going to make a huge difference. This is my opinion. Let's see how this plays out. Thank you so much, Sriramji. Now let's take a few questions. We're 51 minutes into the program. I know you have another engagement. Let's quickly go through 2 or 3 questions at least, please.
Sure, definitely. While we are going through the questions, I request if we can bring up one tweet I shared where one old man was crying when he received this akshata, right?
Yeah.
I think if that
we
can
look
be,
it up.
The reason is you talked about this emotion, you will actually see it in that old man. Yeah, please.
We will look it up, sir. I'll take care of questions. Sachin, if you could just look up the tweet of Sriram Seshadri ji. First question from ARS. What is the reason behind the spat with Himanta Sarma during the Yatra? What will it achieve for both the parties in the end? Your view, sir.
See, Himanta Biswa Sharma was the dawn of Congress before in Northeast, right? Especially in Assam areas, right? So naturally, the first family feels that, he has taken the entire Northeast out of Congress ecosystem just by sheer leadership. So they are feeling irritated. So they want to create a ruckus in Assam area. So they say that I'm going to go through the city. What Himanta Biswa Sharma very clearly said is, I'm not giving you permission to go through this yatra within the city. Take an alternate route, do your yatra. But if you enter the city, I'm not going to give you police protection. I'm going to actually file a case and not arrest you before the election is over. He says very clearly, I don't want to give a sympathy that you are being arrested and then your yatra being stopped and all those. So he is not falling for all your gimmicks. I think that's a spat between Himanta Biswa Sharma. The only reason ARS is that, Himanta Biswa Sharma was a face of Congress in the Northeast, and just it took away that. This is about the driving route of Assam. Yes.
And you can get the story in PGurus.com. Also, we have the tweet that you had asked for, Sriramji. Here we go.
in the cold way, this man is just receiving it without even a big protection. That is a love and affection for Ram. Sorry, I'm emotional.
Next one, please. Sorry to digress. What's the solution to the violence in Manipur? We cannot tolerate this kind of violence, stating historical facts that it's always been like this. Ajay, yesterday, in the morning today, I had a long discussion with Rami Niranjan Desai, and she's an expert in Northeast. Do watch that video, because there are some truths have actually stumbled out as to who is, doing all this mischief inside Myanmar. And there's also a tweet that I put out. If you can pull out my tweet, now that we are pulling out tweets, my tweet about October 27. And I think, you remember, Sriramji, that Nawaz Sharif was sent to jail for creating a document dated in 2006 using a font that did not exist in 2006. So that was the proof given to say that this was something that was created much later and dated back to that. So here is the thing. So there are three groups that have combined to drive out the Myanmar army, and these three groups, it appears, is operating under national unity government. This is supposed to be a unit that is being propped up. They have offices in Washington DC, and the interesting thing is they have named their operations of all these insurgencies Operation 1027, and that happened on October 27th. Another operation 1107, November 7th. You and I, Sriramji, whether any British occupied territory, we put date first and then month. Okay. The only country that pushes month first is America. Now you tell me that it is not something that is it not something that was set up in Beltway? Somebody came up with this thing because they wanted to be able to know, okay, for this operation we will allocate so much money. Some smart ass, that's all I can say, has come up with this. And I'm just telling Victoria Nuland, Uzra Zeya, Donald Lu, these are the big Maharathis who are directing South Asia policy in the United States. At least do your homework properly. If you're going to lie convincingly. First of all, you should not be poking your nose there. But you think you can kill two birds in one stone. You can land China a blow. You can also keep India under check. 40,000 so far documented illegals have come into Manipur, with more coming in. There is violence in Moreh, which is the border town.
You're right.
I mean, US has no freaking business in getting into this. Look at your own border. See what's going to happen. Biden, I don't know whether he's alive or dead or coma or vegetable. God only knows what he's doing. And he wants another 4-year term. What a joke. Anyway, US politics has become, worse than that of whatever. Let it go. So this is where things stand. Do watch that thing to get a better perspective, Ajay. Next question, please. Thank you, Vijaykanth Murthy, for your donation. PN Murthy wants to know, why can't the government push the courts to demand publicizing the INC-CCP MoU? What is the harakiri about?
Ideally speaking, Murthy, that government cannot do that. It has to be a case that has to be filed, and hence strong evidence needs to be there to file a case. I don't know whether government will do that, but I think 2024, post 2024, you will see a lot of actions. I think it's a very calculated game Modi is doing. He is established 2014 to 19. He changed the bureaucrats. 19 to 24 minus, if only we didn't have a COVID, we would have been $5 trillion already, and then we would have marched ahead in many other places. So 24 to 29, you will see a much more bigger golden era for us. Already, we are, Jaishankar, like External Affairs Minister Jaishankar said, world cannot make any decision without consulting India. I think that's a very true statement.
Next question, please. Let's just keep it to last 3 questions because we're already close to 1 hour. AZ, this is the cultural renaissance moment for the country. Will this bring the country together? Your view, sir?
Absolutely, AZ, that it is bringing the country together. You see the emotions, not just the Hindi heartland what we showed. You just go down south and then see. Film personalities in Tamil Nadu gave an interview, small bites. one might ask, why should film personalities do that? Because a lot of people follow them. Even to the extent actor Nazar talked about it. He's a Muslim. And K.K. Mohammed, he talked extensively about this Ram Mandir. Imagine, it's just bringing the unity of everybody. I think it's actually a game plan of Lord Ram than anybody else, in my opinion.
Next one, please. Suhas Bringi wants to know, sir, your view on 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙀𝘀 Tirath being portrayed as Shankaracharya of Puri by BJP. Some ex-CMs and governors also visiting him frequently.
Sir, actually, I don't know much about it, but I'll have to skip this question because why they are doing it, I'll have to skip that question.
Bangat Ranga says, Udayanidhi says DMK treats all religions equally, but not too long ago he said Sanatan has to be eradicated, diametrically opposite views. Does he think people are fools not to remember?
Absolutely, that is what Magnet Ranga, the DMK ecosystem thinks. I'm just waiting for the orders reserved. Judgment has been reserved on this particular case on Sanatan Dharma eradication. I'm just hoping that it will come out soon, and which is going to put Udhayanidhi Stalin in a different plane to go and apologize to the public. So to that level, he will be pushed, and then we'll see how DMK reacts to that judgment.
Next one, please. Karthik, thank you so much. Sri Rama Jayam. Next one, Vignesh Prabhu, thank you so much. BJP is overconfident in Karnataka. 8 seats are under threat. TN Kerala shows wonder where Karnataka may blunder if not woken up.
I don't see that 8 seats or whatever 8 seats you are talking about, Vignesh Prabhu, but Karnataka, I think they have woken up after the election where they lost. And thanks to Siddaramaiah government, they will regain back. I think, at least 26 is what I'm anticipating with JDS coming on board. Let's see.
Sir, that brings us to a close of today's program. Thank you so much for accommodating our timelines, and viewers, you've responded brilliantly. Thank you so much once again. And please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.
Namaskar and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.